Okay, like I said, I was gonna do a video on this, so just so everyone knows, I shoot manual on my camera. I use back button focus. I like to get it right in the camera. That way when I edit, it's super fast and easy. Um, don't make it harder on yourself. The trick, well, for me, I always try to have my ISO as low as I possibly can. Um, of course, that's not always the situation. You have to up it. But here, it was super bright behind her, and I had my ISO at 100. My 50 goes to 1.4. It's the Sigma Art lens, so it's amazing. So of course I wanted to do it at around that, or 1.6 is where I had it. So you'll see here 1.6, and my shutter was at 1/400. So it was really good because then I know it's going to be sharp because I'm not, I kind of move. So usually I shoot around, my shutter is usually around 1/200 or 250. So at 400, I was pretty happy with that. So anyways, I didn't even do a radial tool on this edit. I already copied my settings, so I'm going to just hit paste here. So if you're new to Lightroom, once you edit an image, you can come over here where all your presets are, but I don't really use many of these presets at all. You'll hit copy, and then you'll paste your settings on the other images to make them about the same. So I'm going to go ahead and just paste it so y'all can see where I moved my sliders. Oh, look at that. Already done. No, okay. So anyways, I literally, all I did was move my exposure up. I did make my contrast a little higher. And I'll double click here so you can see where my temp was. So basically just start moving your temp up so it warms up your image to wherever you want it. So about right here just looks amazing, golden, gorgeous sunrise. And then your tint, sometimes you can change this if you want to. And mine was actually higher on the pink side. It was at 21, and I had it on the edit, I had it down at 16. But, whatever you like, I would just mess with that first. I always mess with my temp no matter what I do. Anyways, so like I said, I just have my exposure up a little bit and then my contrast. Here, usually I do mess with my highlights. Now, when I bring down highlights, it is going to make my subject darker and the skin look a little bit grainy and stuff. So I ended up leaving my highlights where it was. You can mess with shadows if you want to, but I left that where it was because I feel like whenever I took my picture, I got it kind of how I wanted it. Again, you can move your whites around if you feel like this is too bright in the background, take your brush tool, come over here to highlights, and brush around her. And then, of course, when you're in Lightroom, you would hit 0 or O, and it'll show you where you're brushing. And then again, I brush it off of her. And then you just want to make sure that you get it off of your subject. That way she stands out. Okay, and then hit O again, and you can kind of see what I did. And if you feel like when you're looking, oops, what did I just do? Hold on. Made it black and white. Okay, zoom in, and you can brush even closer to her. You would have to come back over here and click A, and you want to just make sure you get right there. But I did not do this on the edit that you saw because when you, I just think that the light looks amazing in the back, but you can lower it if you want. So I left it at nothing. I'm going to actually click on this brush and I'm going to delete it. So I can kind of keep going because I think YouTube only lets me have so long on a video right now. Anyways, I did put my texture up to 7. If you want, you can up your vibrance and your saturation. I did not here because I like it. I did move my light up to about 10, 15. And I did not end up changing anything here. What I did mess with, I believe, is down below. So for sharpening, I always put my sharpen about here, my radius about 1.5. I leave my detail around there. I put my masking around 33. Now, you don't really have to do noise reduction on this because my ISO was at 100. And then you have vignetta. Which you can mess around with that. If you like your pictures bright and airy, go all the way up. I don't really do that. I tend to have it darker. Okay, and down here is something I do mess with. I do sometimes move my green primary. I will end up moving it to plus 13 and the saturation down to negative 10, just so you can see what it does. So I'm going to take it back to around there and down negative 10. And that's it, guys. Pretty easy. The goal is get your picture right in your camera. Okay, now go shoot. Oh, and by the way, this was at sunrise, like literally right when the sun was coming up. Okay, bye.